Hello and welcome all to January 9th update for Video Console. This one is the main part of today's update. Won't be covering any season stuff, any new player stuff. For any of that stuff, just check the other video out. That'll have you covered for all of that. And for your Festa stuff, it's all in that. This one is all about, it's going to be class changes with and any of the other content stuff that is changing in the game. Hopefully you guys like these new ways that I'm doing stuff, just breaks them down a bit better and doesn't make for super long, hour-long videos, because not all the information in each update is pertinent to each of us playing BDO. So let's dive into it. It's going to be the class changes first. There is absolutely nothing massive in today's class updates. Most of it is just small little fixes to minute problems that each class was having. The only class with any real changes today, and when I say real, it's just the ability to use a different skill, is Lan. So let's go through them. Sorceress, core violation. You can now use your one shard of darkness to perform the skill an extra time after the last down slash attack when you've got the core learnt. That was not working, it is now working. Berserker, fix the issue where turning the camera while comboing into attack 3 from other skills would cause your character's viewpoint and actual attack area to disalign. So Titan Blow will now actually align with where you're looking. Musa, fixed your attack speed increase effect was not being applied. It will now work on crosscut. Wizard, change so Flow Arn's guidance effect will now activate for the skill when Arn is summoned. That, you know, it's nice if our flows work when we've got the correct things pressed. Lan, so you're the only one with any real changes today. You can now perform Furious Chase, Prime Furious Trace with forward right trigger, forward R2 while sprinting. Something about, we've got a result, Catacetum, Absolute, previously activated while sprinting with this key command, can now be triggered when you're not holding forward. So if you want to use Catacetum, you gotta not be pushing forward. If you want to use your Furious Chase, you use forward on your analog stick. Nice and simple. And Stately Dignity in Awakening, you've been fixed the issue with the skill do not quickly combo into Awakening skill when used during cooldown in Awakening. Dracania, Prime Brimbolt Strike and Brimbolt Strike Absolute. Just reduce the intensity of the slowdown when you're on your arc, so the skill will go out a little bit quicker, and fixed it so that it does not, so that we can now combo into Brimbolt Wave properly. Scholar, Gravity's Grip, fixed the issue where the description didn't mention the down attack debuff. So just some text tweaks there for Scholar, that is it. And that is it for class changes in today's update. Like I said, nothing massive, nothing major. You're not going to notice anything crazy for anybody today. Unless, you know, it's not mentioned in the patch notes. We have had that often. So we're going to move on really now onto the contents of today's update. Small, big stuff. It's nothing going to change how you play the game really, except for the tagging stuff. But there's nothing, if you're expecting brand new grind spots, no, there's nothing there. Brand new items, no. You've got your new stuff that's come from seasons today. So let's jump into it. Pit of Undying. You can now access Pit of Undying anywhere in the world. You don't need to be in a major city. Doesn't even mention having to be in a safe zone. Just like Black Shrine. Basically, you want to go Pit of Undying, you're like, you know, fancy Pit of Undying. You can just go. Just make sure you've got the item. And you've done the quest line, obviously. You can then teleport in. To stop people abusing it, to escape or anything like that, you will still have to go through the little bar that fills up that can be interrupted through anything. Next up, we've got a cooldown on your fairy's continuous care. Now I know a lot of you are using the bigger pots now, so this probably isn't going to be a massive effect notice thing for most people. But for anybody who's still using a chain of pots or elixirs and stuff like that, your cooldown has gone from 5 seconds to 1 second for each time your fairy needs to do anything. So if you're using 15 to 20 pots separately, your fairy will now pop all of them in 15 to 20 seconds, as opposed to having to wait 5 seconds between each pot. Tag characters. Some really nice stuff actually here for the tag characters has been added. So tag characters can now travel separately. So you can leave one character in Histria, you can leave one character at Olan's or Sulfur or wherever you want to be. Both characters will now act independently of each other, which is very nice. Should you have to take a CTG for anything, you can swap to the character that you want to be doing that on, and you can leave your other character in the spot that you were. You don't need to, be moving around constantly. The only thing that you do have to do, if you want to travel together, you do need to meet up again to ticket to move together. That is it. Another change for tag characters is you no longer have to go to where you tag them to untag. That's going to be a really nice change. So when you unlink a character that is linked, you can unlink it from any location, which I really like, because I think for most of us it's probably Velia or Heidel, and yeah, most of us don't spend any of our actual time there except for buffing for Node Wall. Heidel, everyone was there getting the Caroline, and that's pretty much the only reason we actually return to that side of the world. Tags. Now, this one's kind of irrelevant to us for the next 12 weeks because we've still got the Mani Fuel event in. But after that comes in, tagging has been reduced heavily, as well as how it calculates the cost of Caphras in our gear. So the minimum to tag now is going to be 10 fuel, which is really tiny. And just going off the ball here, because we can't test this obviously because we're still on the 1 fuel, but from what they said at the ball, it should be limited to 45 fuel maximum for tagging. So even after this event ends, tagging or trying other characters isn't gonna seem like a massive chore of getting 4.5 bill just so you can tag. You can now, it's going to be more feasible to retag or want to try something, need to retag your accessories. It's just going to be easier, more accessible to everybody to be able to do. Item changes. We've got some really nice item changes actually today in game. So for those of you using your family stuff, it's been expanded by 20, goes all the way up to 80 slots now. I don't know anybody who has a massive family inventory quite like that, but for those of you that needed this, wanted this, it's in. The nicer changes is remove the expiration from item drop rate increase items, as well as making them stack in your inventory. That includes J scrolls. All of it's listed here. So items with expiration date removed. So the Morning Light Traditional Wine, that's your 30% drop rate. Your Old Moon Fortune Scrolls, Blessing of Old Moon Scroll, Glorious Item Drop Rate Scrolls, Blazing Triumph Rewards, all of the really nice stuff. The Scroll of Glorious Battlefield, your Siege Scrolls. None of that is going to have an expiration date on it now. So you can put them all in your inventory. They will stack nice and neatly in one pile. No longer do you have to have a whole jumble of stuff stored in your Black Spirit safe or in the mail because, you know, you've just got so much stuff you don't want to be claiming at all. Might be a me problem personally, but I've just got so much stuff that I just haven't claimed because it's got expiration dates on it and I know I'm not going to use it in time. But that is the thing there for your scrolls, which is really nice. And we can also throw them into the family inventory just like other scrolls, which we've always been able to throw them in the family inventory. It's just now they stack, which is really, really nice. If something has expired before the maintenance and you were hoping that it was going to be refreshed, no, you're wrong. It's gone. It's just been removed. It'll be removed from game. So if you want a full list and you aren't sure if your item was meant to be removed, well, it's all here. You can check it on the website. It's all there. It's basically, it's on the thing. If it says it's expired, it's gone. It's gone bye-bye. For those of you who were interested or wanting to buy the stuff from the adventure turned into art, a decade of adventure, basically all the artworks, all the music, everything that's just outside of Velia, all of that has been reduced from 100 million silver to 10,000 silver. If you bought it already, don't worry, you've been compensated. Just check your mail or your central market. They don't actually stay here where they've sent it, but you have been compensated. And now, chilling fragments. I don't know why it's mentioned here because there is actually a subsection underneath. So we will get back to that in a little bit because they've added something in the patch notes and then skipped to a whole different section. So we'll just skip that as well and we'll come back to that. So Agris Essence, Ancient Anvil, you know, the pity for tapping on your Black Stars and your God Eye gear. They've changed it. They've made it easier, especially with the advent of the Pen Black Star through seasons. I think it's just a time with that, you know. They've basically taken the anvils and they've cut them in half. If you're on a Black Star, Tet to Pen is now 20 fails and Try to Tet is 12 fails. So anvil's completely cut in half there, making your journey to Pen Black Star a little bit easier and hopefully a more enjoyable experience for everyone tapping and trying to get there. God Eye, again, exactly the same. Your Tet to Pen is gone to 25, sorry, and your Try to Tet 20. Personally, I didn't really go down the God Eye path. I didn't really see the value in it, but for those that did go down this path, you've now got a bit of an easier time and again should hopefully achieve what you were aiming for and going for a lot quicker. Now if you had a 30 stack already and it's been taken to 25, congratulations, you've got a Pen God Eye when you log in. It's that simple. If you're looking at it and going, oh, my stack's at blah blah blah, cool, you've got it. If it's higher than what it should be for this, it will have just been rounded down to what it is required and you can just log on and tap it. Now for our mass processing stuff, there is some changes here, some nice quality of life stuff. Caphras stones, you can now make them in stacks of 100. So 500 dust, 100 black stones, and 1 powder pure agent. Bam, you've got 100 Caphras. One simple shake of that little flask and bang, 100 Caphras, done. Much, much quicker. Nice. For those of you popping your whale tendons, you can now make a bit more of them quicker as well. You can make them in batches of 10. So if you're making them, using them, you just need to use these recipes and things will pop a bit quicker for you, a little bit easier. UI changes, they've just changed the look of some stuff. The Pen Black Star main weapon, Awakening box, some changes there, and improved the description of the following items: graduation cap, and the Aquila stuff that we get. Crafting recipe change. The musical spirit lamp for our houses has had a little bit of a change in recipe. If you crafted it through the old version, no, you don't get any refunds on your resources. They've just changed it. They've removed the fragment of all creations and increased the cost of some of the other stuff. So Melody of Stars going from 7 to 15 and Shining Powder going from 20 to 25 to compensate for the fragment of all creations being removed from the recipe. So if you wish to have some more of these or want one in your house, that is the recipe. Craft, add them, enjoy. Monster changes. So this is where the chilling fragments actually come in. So world bosses now drop chilling fragments. What can chilling fragments be used for, you may ask, for those of you that haven't been souping on Node Wars for the past year. You can use those to choose a Debo of your choice, Deboraka accessory, up to, excluding, rings. So you can choose a belt, you can choose a necklace, and you can choose an earring. I think. Yes. You can choose those using those chilling fragments. You do require 100, so it's not, you're not going to be raining in Debos, but you are going to be building up slowly to getting some extra, an accessory that you can either sell, use to make a Karazad if you're a new player. It's just something extra added to the bosses. The nice thing is we've got us at 50 and 60 stacks now, dropping from bosses. That one doesn't seem to require any, you just need to hit the boss. Contribute to the boss dying and you get that. The amount of chilling fragments is dictated by the contribution. So top 20 damage gets 3, top 50 get 2, and the top 90% get 1. That is it. Now, the obtain 1 according to set probability, I don't know if that means 0 to 1 or if it's guaranteed. Like with it saying according to set probability, I think that technically means 0 to 1. There is a chance to get 1. But if you're in the top 50 upwards, you're getting 1. 2 upwards. Now, it is dropping from Zaka, Karanda, Nuva, Nightmare Zaka, and Bloodstorm Nuva, obviously, as with all the things that they drop, like these, it's doubled. Except for the obtain 1 according, so yeah, deal decent damage, get stuff. In case you're wondering as well where these go, these will not be in your inventory, they will go to your managed currency. What else have we got changed? So boss loot. So for those of you wanting to craft house decorations, item things from the bosses are dropping at an increased amount. So 4 times higher for our usual bosses. And then the ignored Quinta Maraca, they've got it 2 times higher. So Troll Dark Crystal and Ogre Dark Crystal. The bosses that I don't think anybody even bothers talking to. Knowledge has also been changed slightly for our bosses today. Killing a boss guarantees you knowledge. Any boss, really. This is the nicer one for me, Katsvariak, because it's the only one I'm missing. So if you're missing any knowledge on any of these bosses, kill them, get the knowledge, done and dusted. Some changes for bosses. So during Miramok Destroyer often, the world boss, any monsters that he summons has been reduced by 40%. And then for Dokubi Forest, change the Kebi Fire to disappear if it fails to properly get to the Dokubi Stone Tower. In this case, the Kebi Fire is considered to have been properly absorbed by the Dokubi Stone Tower. So, yeah. Now, the next bit of changes is for those of you going for your Mythical or your Dream Horses. It's fairly standard, straightforward is what it is. They've just added the Agris Anvil onto your horses. Now, it's a 30 stack for both of them. Mythical, and Dream Horse. So your tier 9, tier 10. If you fail 30 times, on your 30th time, you've guaranteed to get what you were hoping for. It's exactly the same thing. Keep doing it, and then you will get the anvil. It will pop. There's no any pictures or anything here to show you what would happen should you get there. But it's that simple. Tap, tap, tap. You know within 30 taps that you're getting what you were hoping for. It's really that simple. If you had above the stacks, obviously it's going to round down and you can go use the anvil. Quest and knowledge changes. There has been some improvements to Valencia, the place that everybody hates questing in. But yeah, they've just improved some stuff. Improved to allow progress to the next quest without returning to the quest NPC, and improved to complete the quest by talking to NPC Sama instead of finding the next quest. And you don't even need to select questions. Okay, so Valencia wake up juice, you just talk to him and it completes now. And what else have we got? Added recurring quest category, crafting Gerald's triple float fishing rod. So there is a new repeatable triple float fishing rod quest in, and Abilene's triple float as well in the crafting. So fishes, you got some new repeatables there for you. NPC background sound changes. It's the usual stuff. Some stuff has been changed that most of us won't really notice. And that's it really for today's one. What else? Anything massive? Oh, if you made a ship, much like a pen weapon, your name will be on said ship. As it should be, really. The carracks and stuff like that. It's quite a journey to make one. So your name will appear. It doesn't say anything about it being retroactive. Haven't had a chance to actually log in yet and have a look at my character, see if it's got the builder's name on it. Because whilst I have a character, I definitely did not make one. I bought one. For big ships and ship licenses that are already completed and in possession, family name of the family owning. Okay, so no, it won't. So my ship will technically say that I made it. I'll never get to know really who made my ship, but hey, enjoy being able to show off in future things that you've made. So anything after today will show your name if you make it. UI changes for your character change. If you're logging in and you're wondering, I want to change my character order, but the button's gone. It's now on the disconnect screen. Simply go to the disconnect part, make sure you swap to the correct UI by pressing X or square, and you can press the L3 or left analog stick in, and you can move your characters around. And then don't forget to save. Added a scroll bar to the character slots when they exceed 35 slots. Yep. And that's it really for today. That is it. There is some small changes and fixes. I'm not going through all of these. That is it for today's actual update. I'll do a Pearl Shop update separately for you guys, and you guys can go through that if you really want to. But for game content, really nice one today. Key features being the character tag system changing and the loot scroll changes, which personally is my favorite. Not expiring and stacking. And tag characters being able to move around separately from each other and being able to be untagged when they are not in the town that you tagged them at. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's update. If there's anything you guys were hoping for or anything that you guys are really liking, please let me know. And yeah, we'll see you for the next one. I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.